Guys, either plan your life or be a victim of circumstance. Now, what do I mean by this? If you plan out your life, your today, your tomorrow, what you see for yourself in a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you are working towards a goal. You have now planned your life and you have set strategic actions in place for you to work towards where you want to be in life. Let's do the latter. Let's do the alternative, the inverse of this, but the alternative. You have no plans for your life. You don't choose any goals and you have no idea what you're working towards. And every day you just float from day to day without any actual goal, no strategic actions taken. What happens to you? From the former option where you plan your goals, where you plan your life, where you see yourself in 1, 3, 5, 10 years, you take strategic actions in that direction. And 1 year, you're closer to where you want to be. In 3 years, you're closer to where you want to be. 5, 10 years, you're closer to where you want to be. You chose your life and you chose the actions that are going to determine where you get there, how you get there, when you get there, how you got there, why you got there. If you do not choose to plan your life, you become a victim of circumstance. These are the people who everything happens to them. They didn't choose this life. This is what they got in life. This is the lot they got. When you make the conscious decision of who you want to be, what you want to do, where you want to live, how you want to act, how you want to be perceived in the world, you will give off a new energy. You then take strategic actions to get to those places. Ideas start to form in your mind about how to get to those places, other ways and channels that you can make it there. When you set your mind on goals, your mind will subconsciously or unconsciously think about these goals while you're sleeping, while you're awake. And then in the midst of nowhere, working out in the gym, walking down the road, walking your dogs, driving your car, you're going to have a little idea pop into your head. This would be an amazing thing to do for me to help achieve my goal this year. This would be a way to make this goal a little bit more attainable this year. Move it from 3 years to 1 year. And then all of a sudden you're speeding yourself up towards your goals. But that only happens when you plan about it and when you think about what you want to do and what you want to achieve and where you want to be and who you want to be and how you want to get there. There is no secret sauce to these things. The people who are where they want to be in life, they are there because they planned for it years and years ahead and they took strategic little action steps each and every single time. The people who you don't want to be in life, the complainers, the ones who haven't been as fortunate in life, it's not because they weren't fortunate and luck wasn't on their side. It's because they waited too long to choose where they wanted to be or how they wanted to be, or they thought that life would just give it to them opposed to them having to go out and work for it. And the work begins with you. You need to decide what you are going after in life. If you have a goal, good. You need to have a goal. Mankind, as in every human being that walks around, needs to have a mission. When you are on a mission, you have a different confidence about you. You have a different aura about you. And people can feel it through the phone. People can feel it when you speak to them. People can feel it when you walk in a room. There is a big difference between someone who is working towards a mission and someone who is floating through life. And people know it. From the instant that they meet you, it happens in the way that you speak. You can feel it through the way that people speak, and you can feel it in people's energy without them speaking at all. You need to be on a mission. You need goals. If you want something in life, you need to declare that you want it to yourself. You don't have to go on social media and post, I want to be a millionaire, right? You don't need to go on there and post, I'm going to become the world's greatest engineer. You don't need to go out there and post it to the world. But you do need to say it to yourself and you need to plan for how you're going to do it. And you don't need to know all the details. You just need to start. Because typically if someone says that I want to be the greatest engineer in the world, the first step is I need to go to school for engineering or I need to start engineering something. I don't know what that means. I'm not an engineer. But when somebody says that they want to be the greatest business person in the world, a lot of people start with going to business school, and that makes sense. Or a lot of people start by starting a business. That makes sense too. A lot of people start by just selling something because that is the start of a business. And these are the things that I'm speaking to that you need to be working on. If you want something in life, if you desire to be somewhere in life, you need to say it to yourself and you need to make it so that it's in your head. and you will immediately start to take more strategic actions towards that goal because you will say, was this me achieving my goal or is this putting me further away from my goal? And if you want to lose weight by chance and you say, I want to get from 170 pounds down to 150 pounds, and you continuously say it to yourself, you will start on that trend, and you'll do it either through what you eat or how much you exercise. I don't really know how many variables there are in that because I'm not someone who's, up in nutrition. I'm not a kinesiologist. I'm not a or personal fitness trainer or anything like this. But if you want to lose weight and it's a serious goal of yours and you start taking actions towards it, all of a sudden you're going to say, maybe I shouldn't eat chocolate cake tonight. Maybe I shouldn't eat these cookies. Maybe I'll drink a protein shake because it still has a little bit of sweetness to it and I can just go to bed. And you'll start to make better choices over time because you know what your goal is. Your goal is cemented in your mind. And when that happens, when you plan your life opposed to being a victim of circumstance, you will become successful because you will actually start working towards your goals instead of just floating through your days. Get after it, guys.